Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us because we are breaking down an incredibly diverse range of recent headlines today. We're looking at the world this week, spanning everything from massive global geopolitics all the way down to a really intense gridiron scandal. It is a completely packed deck, so let's get right into it. Here's a quick look at our agenda for this session. First up, we have global security at the UN. Second, ethics in Indian politics. Third, the 2026 student exam results. Fourth, a tragic loss in Tamil cinema. And finally, a massive scandal rocking the NFL. We are basically taking a macro to micro journey today, moving from huge international security issues down to national news, and finally focusing in on a few very specific individual stories. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Global Security at the UN, and Navigating Tensions in the Middle East.
Okay, let's dive into this. India recently delivered a really definitive, unyielding statement at the United Nations. They said, quote, "Targeting commercial shipping and Strait of Hormuz is deplorable." Now, this stance is coming right in the middle of these rapidly unfolding updates between the US, Israel, and Iran. You have to remember, the Strait of Hormuz isn't just some waterway. It is a critical artery for global trade and energy supplies. When commercial shipping gets targeted there, it isn't just a localized regional issue. It literally threatens global supply chains and the cost of everyday goods for all of us worldwide. India is using the UN platform to firmly and very publicly condemn these actions. It's just a stark reminder of how incredibly fast regional conflicts can impact international waters and exactly why nations that are far, far away from the Middle East are speaking out so strongly about this.
Moving right along from the global stage to national political developments. Section 2, Ethics in Indian Politics, Party Switching and Public Reaction.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how clearly it lays out two very different sides of a major political development. On one hand, we have the action. Prominent political figure Raghav Chadha has officially left the AAP to join the BJP. But then, in stark contrast, we have the reaction. Veteran social activist Anna Hazare has publicly come out and criticized this exact party switch. He explicitly called it a move driven by, quote, selfish needs. Hazare actually goes a step further, stressing that these kinds of defections point to much deeper issues within political parties and raise some seriously heavy concerns about ethical politics. Obviously, in this explainer, we aren't here to take sides or endorse a specific viewpoint, but this whole situation brilliantly illustrates that ongoing, constant tension between pure political strategy and perceived political ethics in a massive democracy.
Okay, let's pivot to something that brings a completely different kind of intense energy. Section 3, 2026 student exam results. Millions of students await scores. So, students are facing some deeply contrasting digital experiences right now. Just imagine the stress of this. On one side, the UP board released results for Class 10 and 12, but the sheer volume of traffic completely crashed the official UP-MSP website. It just buckled. This forced panicked students to rely on direct links from secondary portals like the Times of India, literally just to check their scores. It's a chaotic, highly stressful situation for everyone involved. But then, on the other hand, look at the Karnataka SSLC results for Class 10. These were released live on April 23rd, and the KSEAB provided a direct, perfectly functioning link right on their official portal at carresults.nic.in. This comparison really highlights the massive digital infrastructure required to handle these critical moments. It's a perfect snapshot of what happens to the student experience when that infrastructure either holds up beautifully or completely collapses under the pressure. We're shifting gears now to a much heavier, deeply sad story. Section 4, Tragic Loss in Tamil Cinema, the passing of actress Yashika. We want to be incredibly respectful and objective here, focusing strictly on the facts as they've been reported to the authorities. Actress Yashika, who was well known for her roles in Tamil films, was found dead in Chennai by apparent suicide. The reports we have indicate a relationship failure was the catalyst for this extreme action. Just tracing a reported timeline of events here, for the past 4 months she had been living with her partner. Then, 3 days prior to her passing, there was a reported quarrel, after which the partner left. Her final action was sending a WhatsApp message to her mother conveying her distress. Currently, a police case has been registered against the partner, and authorities are actively searching for him. It is just a deeply heartbreaking sequence of events, laid out here strictly by the facts. Finally, we are going to bring things over to the sports world, which has its own rapidly unfolding drama right now. Section 5, Scandal rocks the NFL. Controversies surround Mike Vrabel. So the crucial point is really grasping the sheer, intersecting scope of all these allegations. It is a lot. New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel has publicly announced he is actually taking time off to seek counseling. Now, this comes right as a major controversy is centering on an alleged confession by reporter Diana Rossini regarding our older son. The allegation states that Vrabel, quote, fathered her child. And the storm has intensified even further because there are fresh claims that 2 other coaches were also involved with Rossini. It is this incredibly multi-layered scandal that is drawing intense scrutiny across the entire National Football League. It really shows just how intertwined and shockingly complicated these various allegations have become in such a short amount of time. Which brings us to the very end of our explainer and leaves us with this final, genuinely provocative question. How do we effectively process a world where global crises, political shifts, and personal tragedies share the exact same daily feed? I mean, think about it. Today alone, we have gone from international security in the Strait of Hormuz to Indian politics, to millions of students dealing with website crashes, to a tragic loss of life, and finally to a massive NFL scandal. All of that in a single news cycle. It can definitely feel overwhelming. But I really hope the structure of today's explainer helped you navigate these complex, incredibly diverse updates with focus and a bit of clarity. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep asking questions about the information you consume out there, and I will see you next time.